Today on Brilliance Business TV, we have the wonderful Margaret Thorli. Margaret is an extraordinary, multiple award-winning entrepreneur and author of several books. Stay tuned. Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have a wonderful guest today, my friend Margaret Thorli. This lady is a true inspiration, helping the unfortunate, supporting single fathers and men. So I'm really looking forward to a conversation with Margaret. I want to make an official shout out to our show sponsors, Dreamweaver Artist Ranch. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're also on the E360 TV network under Fresh Takes, going out to Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, Roku, and many more. We're also on mspnewsglobal.com. And we're also on Business Innovators Radio Network. Let's bring in our amazing guest, Margaret Thorli. Margaret, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you so much, Mark, for having me. It's been a pleasure being here. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to a conversation with you, Margaret. Margaret, share your background a little bit, because I know you have a really interesting background.
Yes, I have an interesting background. Our organization is H&R Training Professional. I am the CEO of H&R Training Professional, and we work with single fathers, lone parents, and 50-plus women. But my background for me to get where I am today is that started when I left the children's home, kind of not very good of people to employ me, because my attitude was really bad, because I felt everything should be mine, I deserve it kind of attitude. And but the real world obviously is slightly different. So I kind of my first job, went in and got a job working at a doctor's surgery for the first time ever, entering all the patient information into the computer. Mark, after about a week or so, I kind of nah, this is not for me. So I kind of sacked myself from the job after 2 weeks. I never went back. And I thought, okay, this is not for you. What do you want to do? You've just left the children's home. So I'm kind of trying to find myself around. When I did a hairdressing course, beautician course, I passed that and did really well. And then I had my first son at the time. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I went on to start my own business for a red lipstick, just a red lipstick. That's all I wanted. Because I remember just after having my son, all I had was £35 to last me for a whole week, as a single parent. And as a woman, we like to have a little bit of makeup here and there. And for me, I love the red lipstick. And I went to this shop and I couldn't afford it. And it was only £2.99. And I just could not afford the lipstick. And I was so angry at the shop owner, because I demanded to see the shop owner, that I wanted to see him. So the shop owner came down and asked him why the lipstick was so expensive, trying to explain to me. And I just wouldn't have it, just would not have it. And I'm just thinking, how could you spend, this lipstick is so expensive? And you know what I did, Mark? I walked up to the man, looked at him, and I said, I'm going to put you out of business with £35. And you know what? That really spurred me on to start my first business. as a market trader just for a lipstick. So I went in to start my own business as a market trader. I mean, that's, I think, 3 years after I left the children's home, and went on from there to become a single parent pub owner. Imagine me, a single parent, Black woman owning a pub. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy, but it was absolutely fantastic at the same time, because when the people, in the pub got to know who I am, my character and everything, they begin to relax, kind of worked with me, and I sponsor a lot of the local activities and everything. From there onwards, I went on to open numerous shops, and then I had to close my shop. So I understand the journey of lone parents, particularly if you want to make it in life. And so I closed my shop, and then 9/11 happened. I had to close my business because I couldn't hold on to it anymore. And then went on to retrain completely to become what I'm doing currently now, working with single fathers and lone parents. So yeah, this is my journey.
It's an interesting journey, Margaret. I love your confidence of how you said to the shop owner, I'm going to put you out of business. And that is testament that you have got that belief in yourself and that drive. But I know how passionate you are with homeless, helping people who are unfortunate. And we're talking about single fathers and single men today, Margaret, but you are much, much more than that. I know you help so many people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, people who are out of work with the job centre. But we're discussing today more about the single fathers and single men work. So share a little bit about your journey into business.
What happened for us to become really passionate to work with single fathers? I was working after kind of lost my business and everything, finished college, and I got to working with this company that was working very closely with the job center. And my work was as a business coordinator, mentor for lone parent. And can you imagine? It was a lovely day, and I was getting ready to go into the office, and I got a call from my office saying, you need to go straight to the job center. There's a client waiting for you. So as I got to the job center, asked for the job coach at that time, who was in charge of the case. I walked in, and there was this gentleman pacing up and down. So I kind of introduced myself, and I said, "What's happening? My name is Margaret. I'm here to help you. Your job coach has called me. How can I help you?" And he kept pacing up and down. So I said, "Do you want to sit down so we can talk about it?" It was a mortar. And eventually he sat down, he looked at me, and he says, "I've got no gas, I've got no electricity." So I asked, "So what happened?" I said, "I've just run out of gas and electricity. I've just dropped my daughter off to school, and now I don't have no food. So I'm going to pick her up, and I don't know what to do." So I asked, "How often does this happen?" He says, "Not very often, but it happens sometimes. But most time it's at night time. My daughter's already gone to sleep." So I said, "Okay." We discussed a few more. I said that we're going to get you some money to make sure that you will have enough money for you to go and have your gas, your electricity, and pick up the things you need. So I went out, spoke to the job coach, explained the situation. And then the job center at that time, they kind of have where you have emergency loan, so we did that together, fill up the form, explain everything to him. So, and I kind of say to him, by 3:00, before 3:00, you will have the money into your account to make sure that you have all the things you need, the gas, the electric, and to do a bit of shopping as well. But as I walked away from that case, and I realized there is not that much support for single fathers. There's nobody there they can kind of speak to. And this guy's been through a rough journey already. Kind of after that, so I'm going and I think, and I say to myself, if I ever set up another business, it would be to work with single fathers. So they can have that place, they can come and speak to somebody just to listen to them if they need any kind of support like this gentleman needed. So 6 months later, Mark, believe it or not, I was made redundant. That was, I was made redundant. And I thought, okay, you've promised yourself that you were going to set up your own business. Now, this is the opportunity to do so. But the thing was, I didn't have no money. I didn't have no money. And I tell this story when I'm teaching in a business startup workshop. I tell them all I had was £10. £10. And out of that £10 was £5 to buy all the refreshments for the single fathers that were coming for the training. And the other £5 to buy the petrol, to buy the bread, to buy the milk, and all the other stuff that I needed at home. And it was fantastic. Coming to the partners that I work with, I spoke to them, the business, the initiative that I have, they said definitely they will support. And so our first workshop, we had 19 single fathers being referred to the program for the 4-week business training. It was amazing. Absolutely fantastic. It built my confidence as well, knowing that I've started this organization for them with zero finance, and they went on to graduate. Some of them went on to start their own business. Some of them went on to secure work. So from that journey, we went on and trained lots of other lone parents and everything. But for this particular time, I'm focusing a lot more on the single fathers. It was COVID-19. It was a sudden lockdown, sudden. So it impacted a lot of lone parents. I mean, it impacted everybody, but specifically lone parents a lot. Because one of them, here you are, all of a sudden you're at home bringing up your children. Not only just doing that, you kind of have the schoolwork to do. You become the teacher now. And most of them didn't have laptops, didn't have internet at home. So not only were training at the same time, we were also kind of phoning up the schools on the behalf of the fathers that were really struggling to see if the schools can provide laptops, if the school can provide internet. Another thing we did as well, most of the men that I find out while we were working with them, they were feeling too embarrassed to talk, to ask for help. And I said, no, I said, no, this is a different situation that's impact everybody. So you need to ask for help. So I used to signpost them back to the advisor. So see if their housing benefit is being sorted out. Also phoning up utility bills, utility place to find out if they can get discounts. Because with the single woman, it was so easy. It was really quick. But with the men, do we ask? And I said, yes, you must ask. You're entitled to it. And just saying that to them kind of gives them to spur them on to get the support that they needed. So for me, because of the COVID-19, that then kickstart for me to focus only on single fathers. And we got a workshop for them, which is free. And I went into secure funding so that I can give them the support that they need. So yes.
I think with men, Margaret, there's that pride and feeling ashamed to speak out and ask for help, which is such a shame. We should never suffer alone. We should always ask for help, because we need to express our feelings and emotions in order to get the support that we need. But you are a true inspiration, because I feel you get your empathy and your passion for helping others, Margaret, because you know what it's like to struggle. You have been in care homes, you have been on the streets, you have struggled, so you know exactly what it's like. So you have walked the walk and you are talking the talk. Margaret, we need to go to a commercial break, so please stay where you are. Thank you everyone for joining us for part 1 of Brilliance Business TV. We're in conversation with Margaret Thorli, supporting single fathers and men. Stay tuned.
Hello everybody, Cyberchuck 2.0 here. I'm so excited to be able to share my vision of Dreamweavers Artist Ranch. They say you can't choose your family, Not only am I saying you can choose your family, you get to thrive with your family here at Dreamweavers Artist Ranch. It's a place for like-minded individuals to come together to share experiences and gain experiences, not only through workshops, through performances, and through exhibits. This is a place where you can disconnect from the outside world and reconnect into a community of people that there is no judgment. There's only support. And this place is an amazing place to grow and to tap into your highest potential and to be able to show off all your talents. This is a place you can come and network and really thrive. I'm so excited for Dreamweavers Artist Ranch. This is a place where dreams actually come true. I love you all so very much. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
Welcome back to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. We're in conversation with the incredible Margaret Thorli, supporting single fathers and men. Welcome back, Margaret.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Why was you forced to support single fathers and single men through your organisation? What forced you to do it, Margaret?
It's because after COVID-19, kind of seeing the impacts that it's made in their life, I decided this is it. This is where I needed to turn our organization in. I need to focus onto this. And most of the time, when we're speaking to them, we as a single parents, it's hard enough you being a single parent already. And becoming a single father is double hard. And like we mentioned earlier on, you know, they're kind of afraid to ask for help. And the echo of that, what would people look at me? How would people feel or think? You know, I'm not man enough to ask for this help. And having gone through those conversations throughout COVID-19 with them, and the business literally actually started for single fathers, although it overrun with women. But so now I'm bringing back to focus to give that support, to give the single father the voice they needed, and also to say to them, yes, you can. You can ask for help. And it is okay for you to ask for help.
Yes.
And people are there to give you the help. So you don't have to be alone and alone, struggling and suffering in silence. You don't have to, because there is help there. And for me, that's what really pushed me to have the program that we've got now. And the program that we have, which is the single fathers, is basically to say to them, yes, you can. Yes, you can do that. And one of the single fathers that it really impacts them, I'm currently working with them, had a beautiful business. He was doing really, really well. But because of the COVID, he had to just leave everything to focus to the children, the education and everything. And he was really, through the conversation I was having with him, he was really struggling to get back into business. And the first conversation we had, he says, Margaret, I'm really struggling financially. He said, I'm really struggling. So I said, well, okay, what are you doing about it? Have you got the support you need from the government, your housing, this? He said, yes, but it's not enough. I need to go back running my own business. So currently I'm working with him, showing him you can bring that extra income in to have as a foundation. And so I'm currently working with him to get funding. There are fundings out there. If you're struggling in business, there are funding that you can apply under your organization and you get a salary based on that, and which give you that confidence. So I'm working with that single father at the moment to apply for funding so that we can get him off to build his confidence.
And I would say to any single fathers, single men out there that may be struggling, Margaret Thorli is the queen of funding. She's got funding for her own business, but the amount of funding she has got for so many different kinds of people, and they've gone on to create their own businesses and become successful. It's truly inspirational, Margaret. And I would say, single fathers, single men, don't be ashamed, don't suffer alone. Reach out to margaretthorli.com or hrtrainingprofessional.co.uk would be the better one, but we will say that after the show at the end. Margaret, what kind of training do you offer single fathers and single men?
The training that we got currently, it's business startup. After the COVID-19, we did a survey. What did the men, what truly they want to do? Like when we're training the women, they want to go into schools because of the school run, which I perfectly understand, and the men, so in terms of the men, they want to set up their own business. So again, they can have that financial to help them at home, and also the school run as well. They can work around them. And one of the best one I got from God, he said, I want my son to be proud of me. If I run my own business, I want my son to be proud of me. And I thought, okay, that's great. So we're going through that journey in terms of the business startups. It is free because I actually funded that, because I do understand it's difficult to sometimes to raise that money to go and do the training you want. And through that funding, through that workshop, we actually saw kind of teaches you how to write a funding application form. And I've been doing that for 10 years. And I've lived on that funding. My 2 children are grown up, running the business, applying for funding, my salary and paying staff and everything. So I teach them that they too can do that. So we'll be covering that. And even if they just have an idea or do not have an idea, it's giving them the confidence to come to that place that they can identify what they want to do. So we take them all the way through also to register their own business. And with the mentality all the way through, ask for help, and yes, you can. And also we will be giving them free coaching throughout this training for the single fathers. That's one of them. Last year, I was again, sometimes, I'm sorry, I keep mentioning COVID-19 because it pushes you to focus. All right. I think there's many of us got pushed, got challenged, particularly if you're in business, to refocus your organization, your company, wherever it is. So again, discovering that passion again, once more working with single fathers and men, I then started a talk show called Single Fathers Talk Show. That was, it was
Tell us all about the talk show, Margaret.
The talk show, again, I was just driven to say, I want to get single fathers because they haven't got the platform. And I want to give them the platform to come and share their story. I want to give them the platform to air out what they're feeling, to become the voice so people can listen to it. We want to hear about them. We want to hear about your achievements and everything. So the show was to get single fathers against all the odds. Being a single father, they are running a successful business. So that way can encourage those who are thinking, oh, I can't. And there's these single fathers. So the show was about to highlight single fathers out there who are running their own business, who are doing really, really well, juggling between the school runs, which I know very well, and juggling bringing up the children's. So that's what the thing is, to inspire and empower single fathers out there and men.
And what's the talk show called, and how can our viewers get a hold of the show?
The show, we did one last year, the Father Talk Show, that's the name of the show. The Father Talk Show, that's coming very, very soon. Hopefully, I'm aiming by June, July to launch the talk again. And that would be, I'll be posting like I did before Facebook, all the social platforms and everything. So yeah, but we are looking for single fathers who have made it out there to come and speak and share their story.
So definitely get in touch with Margaret if you are a single father, single man that has made it. She's looking for guests. Also, Margaret, you are offering a free workshop, and I know you have a few things you want to mention as well.
Right, we are offering the workshop that we're doing, which is starting on the 19th of April. It has been challenging reaching out the single fathers, but I'm really happy to say we've so far got 10 or more enrolled into the program. It is free, costs you absolutely nothing other than you coming to the workshop. We are based in Enfield Community Center, and if you're interested in just send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, or even to our website, and I'll be able to connect with you and come and do the workshop, which is free, completely free. And also you'll have business coaching throughout those 4 weeks. And yes, the hours they are very suitable. It starts from 10 till 2. And guess what? Those were my hours because I used to do school run. So I had to do the hours so I could do the school run and also be in the office at the same time. So
Clever
the hours,
thinking.
it is. So you don't have to worry about, what time it start, when it finish. So you got enough to do your school runs. Yes.
I would encourage all those single fathers, those single men, reach out for the free workshop. Go to hrtrainingprofessional.co.uk. That's hrtrainingprofessional.co.uk, and send Margaret a message. And as you can see, she will be more than happy to support you. Margaret, is there anything we did not discuss that you would like to share?
Well, first of all, I just want to say to all the single fathers out there, I absolutely salute you because I think you're an amazing fathers. You are doing an excellent work, but all I want to encourage you to do is ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help because most of the time sitting down in silence, and particularly if you become a new single father, all right, that is a journey that is tough already, but I want to say to you, you don't have to be there on your own. There are lots of help around, and we're here also to help you, to support you, to direct you, and carry on doing the amazing work that you've been doing.
Never suffer alone. I love it, Margaret. Thank you for being my guest today. I thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you.
Thank you, Mark, for having me as usual. Thoroughly enjoy having a conversation and the journey with you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for watching Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. Until next time, bye for now.